Are you part of a nonprofit organization, a youth group looking to raise cash for your cause? Stay tuned at the end of this video to learn how you can bring the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation to your town live, featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Have you ever thought about just how much time it takes to plan every detail of your wedding day? Many brides are now spending 10 to 15 hours each week planning the perfect day. It's like adding a part-time job to your already busy life. Not everyone can afford to hire a full-time wedding planner to help with every detail, which is why so many brides are now turning to a wedding day coordinator. That's right, a wedding day coordinator saves you money, and more importantly, it gives you the peace of mind that your special day will run smoothly. From finalizing all of the details you've worked so hard on to coordinating with vendors, KL Wedding Coordinators will be there every step of the way to guide you through the day and allow you to savor the memories that'll last a lifetime. For more information, visit facebook.com/KL Wedding Coordinators or give them a call, 603-320-2752.
They're ready to take their rightful place amongst the literary greats. Who, you ask?
The New Day!
That's who. It's the Book of Booty. Shake it, love it, never be it. It's the feel-good story of the rise of the New Day. Loaded with games, trivia, coloring pages, and so much more. The Book of Booty. Shake it, love it, never be it. Available now online or wherever books are sold.
Portland on Saturday, October 20th.
Burn it down!
Experience WWE Live with an epic main event as Dean Ambrose returns to team up with Seth Rollins as they take on Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre in a tag team match. Plus, the B-Team and the Revival collide for the Raw Tag Team Championship. And don't miss Finn Balor and many more. It's WWE Live in Portland, Saturday, October 20th. Tickets and VIP packages are available.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Hello and welcome back, sports fans. This is the Sports Talk 50 edition of the Sox Talk 50 show. We are joined by Drew Skacke here to take a little break from baseball and discuss what's going on in the world of sports overall. NFL season's about to start.
Yep.
What do you think of the Pats' chances this year?
Well, who else is going to take over in the AFC? There's literally no one. The Jags last year, but Blake Bortles, a quarterback, kind of caught lightning bottle, Joe Flacco syndrome. Can't see them making a run for it. The Texans probably going to make some headways, but they're just too injury prone at this point and young. I could see them meeting them in the championship game, but not much more. Colts, so improved Andrew Luck. Like, who else is there going to be?
Steelers, but how much do you really trust them?
Considering everyone's hurt and they're imploding from inside of Le'Veon Bell, not much. Not really anything in there. Big issue is going to be out NFC, where you have like a team able to like get lucky or expose some weaknesses like Philadelphia did last year. The Saints are kind of scary, although their draft was questionable, trading for Davenport, but we won't go there. It's going to come down to the Super Bowl again in just one game.
I actually agree with you, which I'm quite surprised by. It's kind of, I hate to sound condescending and cocky, but it's a birthright. 12-4 at least, AFC Championship at least for this team. By default almost. There's no one in the AFC I truly think can challenge us. Jacksonville has Blake Bortles. If they got Kirk Cousins, I think that'd be a different story. Or like even Case Keenum maybe. But you look at that team. I mean, I'm not high on Case Keenum, but do you really trust Blake Bortles? Who do you look around the AFC? It's all garbage.
Jalen Ramsey said it best. Honestly, I don't know why he got so much flack for those comments. They're all accurate.
Kirk Cousins, winner. He trashed almost every quarterback.
Marcus Mariota and Tyrod Taylor, underrated. Blake Bortles, playoff Blake is good. Well, when you say that about your own quarterback,
Yeah, that's a shot. If you're talking about your teammates and you're not saying, I have full faith in this man, I think this guy is legit, you're pretty much dissing him.
Yeah.
By not being over the top complimentary, you're dissing him. And I think that sent a message. In the NFC, I think that the Vikings are loaded. They just got Georgia Loca. They brought in Sheldon Richardson.
But he's not starting for them.
No, but they have.
He's their third.
If he's your third safety with Harrison Smith
and Senjoja, whatever his name is.
Andrew Sendejo.
Yeah.
Sendejo. They're a loaded team. Stephon Diggs, Dalvin Cook.
But once again, unproven. Kind of like Philly was last year. Like that was their first really good year after like putting it all together. But sort of like Philly did last year. There's not saying they can't do anything. They have a quarterback now who's good. Teddy Bridgewater is good, but then he got hurt, so that set him back a little bit. Teddy Bridgewater was good.
He was not Kirk Cousins.
For a rookie, he was good.
He's not Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is the only quarterback.
We haven't seen him with it because he had injuries. You can't really. There's not his fault that he blew out his knee.
What we've seen of Teddy
Lattimore.
Bridgewater is not close to what we've seen from Kirk Cousins.
Because he missed 2 years of development.
Well, then I'm sorry, but I'm
saying,
going by what I've seen, and Kirk Cousins has been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
All I was saying was if he didn't get hurt, this would be a different story because he could have had those 2 years of development, and he could have potentially been better, and they would have had all that more chemistry going on instead of a first-year quarterback who, albeit a very good quarterback, good, not great, very good.
He's great. He's great, but let's save the Kirk Cousins debate for another day. I've been on the Kirk Cousins train since he was at Michigan State.
Or he has a train on you, but
I don't know what that means. But Kirk Cousins, I'm a big Kirk Cousins guy. What do you think? He's top 5, top 10. He's one of the better quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, agreed. So he's one of the better. He's not in the league. He's probably in that like 6 to 12 range. Which is...
All right, you can quibble. I say he's more towards the 6 side. You say 10 or 12. Whatever. They still were one of the best teams in the league, and it's an upgrade from Case Keenum to Kirk Cousins. We can agree on that.
Yeah.
What other teams? The Eagles?
Eagles, but...
What do you think Carson Wentz is going to do?
I feel like the Eagles are going to have a huge Super Bowl hangover. Carson Wentz is going to be fine. They're taking him conservatively. Quarterbacks you've seen from Brady to others. ACLs and quarterbacks, especially considering mobility was part of it, but not the whole package. A lot of it was more his arm. And he's just a smart guy. I see that working out fine. That's not going to bother him much. They're not going to miss a beat. It's going to be the Super Bowl hangover with the rest of the roster because that's a team that's very arrogant, and they're kind of, we finally beat the Patriots with all these years. And just, I don't know, a very arrogant vibe. I can see them getting a huge Super Bowl hangover.
I would agree with you, and I definitely see your point with Lane Johnson, trash talk, and all these guys. But the fact that Carson Wentz is coming back, he doesn't feel like he is the Super Bowl winner. Nick Foles was the quarterback through the playoffs, won Super Bowl MVP. So I think win it for Carson, and Carson Wentz himself will not want to have the I think he'll prevent them from having the Super Bowl hangover because he's still hungry, and he's the leader of that team.
I'll see them getting back to the championship game, just not Super Bowl again. I feel like it'd be either the Saints or Minnesota in the Super Bowl again this year, or there could be some... No, San Francisco isn't.
What about the Rams? That defense is loaded.
Oh, shoot. We just forgot about the Rams.
Aaron Donald, Ndamukong Suh,
I completely forgot about it for a second. It's like...
Brandon Cooks they brought in on
It's almost the
offense?
same as the NBA, where the East is just a cakewalk, and then the NFC...
I know. I'm definitely with you there. The NFC is stacked.
Cooks got overpaid. I was looking at the contract deals. He's like the third highest paid receiver in the league. No way he would have gotten that from New England.
Another thing to bring up, what about Isaiah Wynn? Out for the year with the torn Achilles? He was our...
He was a swing tackle. Karnacki back, dime does it. He wasn't going to play much this year. Rookies typically come along slow with the Patriots, except for Malcolm Mitchell, RIP. Career's now over, basically. But, yeah.
What are we looking at for receiver? We cut Kenny Britt today.
Yeah, but he was on the bubble anyway. That just means Patterson's going up there. Patterson's been primarily on hasn't been special teams anyway. So that means he's been mostly he's been the player of the year at camp. So you have Patterson, you have Hogan, you have tight ends.
Who do you have at receiver? Cooks is gone. Edelman's gone for the first 4 games. Amendola's gone. Mitchell's gone. Britt's gone.
I'm like blanking right now, but there's numbers.
Who's the little white guy you brought in?
Barrios is
Braxton Berrios.
No, he's been underperforming. He's going to be a practice squad candidate this year. There's a couple of guys last year. They brought in someone else. I'm forgetting right now. That did Decker.
They have Eric Decker, but he's been dropping balls too.
Yeah.
Who do you trust?
I mean, good thing you have Gronk, you have Hollister, you have Dwayne Allen maybe coming in there. Like, you only need so many receivers. And they got someone else. They got someone else too. I forget. Either tight end. They brought another one who I'm pretty sure.
It's definitely a receiver because the tight ends are definitely Hollister, Gronk, and Allen.
No, I don't know. It's like I think it's like a hybrid guy, but they definitely have someone else. Plus, you have Sony Michel, who's going to be like a Alvin Kamara Swiss Army knife type. You have others. You have you only need 5 guys on the field at a time. Oh, they have Dorsett. Dorsett's the other guy.
Oh, Philip Dorsett.
Dorsett's been. This is his first full camp for them. He's been amazing by all accounts. He's been getting most first-team reps, and he's been producing.
We'll see what he does if he can come close to the Brandon Cooks role, because he's a smaller guy, but he's a
He doesn't need Brandon Cooks. He just needs to be something close to that.
Well, that's his style of game. He's not.
Yeah, no, but he's been even in the slot. He's been impressive.
Do you think Des Bryant? We bring him in?
No way he comes doing it. That's not even anything to do with personality-wise. It's just they don't have the money or role for his ego, and there isn't the kind of mutual respect there has been between, say, a Randy Moss, a Chad Ochocinco, Albert Hainsworth, etc. It just, I don't know. He's just not the type of guy.
It's worth a shot.
Plus, there's so many rumors about him, his mom, the whole Texas thing, with the compounds. Do we really want to potentially know Aaron Hernandez? I've noticed the Patriots have been very conservative. Since Hernandez, they've been very conservative with high-profile guys like that.
Yeah, but a guy who's a little shaky in the locker room, you comparing him to a murderer.
I know. I'm not. I'm just saying. They've been, those types of personalities have been kind of extra careful with
I agree. They're much more cautious bringing in a Corey Dillon, Albert Hainsworth.
We still have Gronk, though. But we have Gronk, okay.
But how often is Gronk healthy at the end of the year?
He was healthy last year. They rested him in the last game. That's the only reason why he didn't play.
I know, but it's year to year. You don't know. He's getting older. He's thinking about retirement. He has a lot of wear and tear on him.
That was the thing to get more money.
I know.
Literally everyone said, even his dad said it, that he was never retired. He was just wanted more money.
All right. But either way, Gronk is not like you can count on him 16 games every year or even 14 games.
Gronk's life is literally chicks, booze, and football.
I know, but he hasn't been the model of health since he's entered the league.
No one's saying he is, but the last couple of years he missed games.
To be healthy,
the last couple of years he missed games more to be conservative.
He missed the Super Bowl he missed Super Bowl 51. He was out. He was healthy last year. He was healthy in Super Bowl 50 and 49. He was there at the end of the year. He wasn't there the year before. He broke his arm. He torn ACL.
That's like that. The
back
whole arm
issues. He's had 3 back surgeries.
Okay.
So I'm saying.
I know. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying.
Relying on Gronk as your only weapon, like true.
No. Hogan is another one.
Hogan, if he's your number 1 wide receiver, that's not good.
You have Cordell Patterson. He's done more with less. Talk about 2006 when he took him to the championship game, almost beat Peyton Manning. Talk about a couple. No, even the Super Bowl last year, or 2 years ago, when I think it's the top receiver was like
Edelman.
No, it wasn't even. It was when Edelman was out. There was a point where it was literally Philip Dorsett and like.
Yeah.
Edelman's back too. We didn't even mention him.
Well, he's on 4-game suspension.
But
and who knows how good he'll be? He's 32 years old. He is coming off an ACL, suspended for PEDs. And my main thing with the PEDs is, what if he needed that to get that extra edge? He's 5'10".
No, the PEDs. That's what they gave him. I was reading into it. It was something they gave him during the surgery for the muscles to stimulate them, so it's easier to go in there. And then because of that, for the rehab, they kept it up just for the muscle to heal better. But he didn't get the proper waivers to. I think it's like a TEC, something like that. TOR. Yeah, I think it's a TOR. And it's just, you get those, and it's a waiver to use it for the surgery. He didn't go through the right channels to get that. And
but we don't have Edelman insurance. We don't have Amendola anymore. If you need Julian Edelman to be what he's been since 2013, since Welker left, he's 32 years old, coming off a major injury.
Why are we arguing about the first half of the season if we've already agreed that even a beat-up Patriots team was going to walk through the East? All they need, through the AFC, all they need is by the time the Super Bowl comes around to be healthy. Well, 4 games Edelman's out. That's 4 games he's less likely to get hurt for. Gronk, they're going to take a conservative, like Chris Sale approach. By the end of the year, hopefully he'll be healthy. And they'll have all their other weapons filled out for this 4-week kind of tryout. It's going to be, okay, who else can we rely on? All you need is to be healthy by playoffs in the Super Bowl. We saw it last year, how Cooks went down. That changed the whole complexion. He had to rely on Amendola.
Well, moving on from football. Today marks the 1-year anniversary. It's August 22nd. This time last year, the Celtics pulled off a franchise-altering move to swap Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Ante Zizic, and the unprotected Brooklyn Nets pick. I loved the trade at the time. You can see my tweets. I was on a few podcasts, had my own where I loved the trade since day one. A lot of people criticized it. In hindsight, how great was that trade?
Almost as good as the Nets trade. I remember at the time I was saying they probably could have given up a little less, like Žižić, who's probably the only piece left now. We were way too high on him, but hindsight, once again, Ainge was right, just like the other Brooklyn trade. Remember the whole controversy because they wanted the extra second-round pick?
Oh, yeah, we ended up giving the 2020 second-round pick of the Heat.
Top 55 protected first second-round pick.
Yeah, they
just
were,
because his hip was an issue? Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, I've long been on the train that Isaiah Thomas is overrated, healthy or not. He's fine, but he's not much more than just a good scorer. He had a career year in a perfect system. I think the Celtics are. I'm not going to pencil them in because you never can, unless it's the Warriors. You can't say guaranteed, but I think they have
Lakers
as good a chance to make it to the finals as any team has in a long time. We're loaded. Kyrie's back. I'm more nervous about him than Hayward. Bone issue, no ligament damage. He'll come back. He'll be fine, even if it takes him till the All-Star break to be All-Star Hayward. I'm not worried about him coming to the playoffs.
Kyrie issue is nothing. That's something he's been playing with for a while, and at the time, people just were kind of punting on the season already because Hayward was out. And so all right, might as well take care of it now. So by the time he's ready, it'll be ready for come next season because of the infection and everything. It was just a wiring they put in his knee when he messed up the first time. They just took that out, yeah. So, I mean, that was really more of a preemptive thing. They didn't expect the team to be able to, without Kyrie, without Hayward, go all the way into basically minutes of going to the finals. So
I think that speaks to Al Horford. He's been the best player.
Al Horford is good.
Al Horford is excellent.
You need to get one of those shirts.
I do need to get one of those shirts. Al Horford, say what you want. You look at all the playoff metrics, numbers. He's been the best player on teams 3 of the past 4 years that have made it to the conference finals, and he's lost to a team led by LeBron James that had more talent. He's not as good as LeBron James, obviously, but he's a top 20 player in this league, and he doesn't get the respect he deserves.
Yeah, he's underrated. That's just his low profile. Doesn't command attention. Similar kind of a way Hayward kind of gets forgotten a lot of times. Just he's overall glue guy. Everyone needs one. Unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, but there's a good chance he doesn't re-sign afterwards. If he does, it's going to be significantly less because he's not going to be making $27 million a year once his current deal ends.
Well,
and then I don't know if the Celtics are willing to go high, and there's going to be some team that sees his body of work. They're going to throw him like a max contract at him, like a Joakim Noah or something like that.
Oh, he'll always be better than Joakim Noah.
No, I know. I'm saying a team's going to throw, even though he's over the hump in 2 or 3 years, some team's going to throw max money around at him, and the Celtics aren't going to match because they have to pay up for Tatum and Brown. And so you're looking at a 2-year window left with Horford and his team before the next group comes over.
I'm not sure about that. Horford seems like a team guy. He hasn't opted out after this year. It's worth $30 million.
He's not going to opt out, though.
Now, what I'm saying is you could do what LaMarcus Aldridge did, which is opt out and then sign longer term. He likes being here. I don't think his kids will finally be school age. I don't think he's the type of guy who wants to move his kids around.
Isn't his dad? Didn't he used to play around Boston too?
Well, I don't know where his dad played.
No, his dad. I think he used to coach something. I know he's from the Dominican. Tito used to play in the NBA. I think he has some sort of ties to New England. I'm not positive though.
His dad did say that he signed with Boston because of the fans. But his kids will finally be at the age where they're starting school. He moved out of Atlanta. He made that life choice.
Well,
I think he'll want to settle down
in Atlanta.
Exactly. I think he wants to settle down in Boston. So even if he opts out, forgoes the $30 million, and signs a 3-year deal worth anywhere between 60 and 70.
I gave him 3 years and 50.
He's worth at least 20, considering the NBA and the way the cap's going up. It's going to be 108,
yeah,
111.
I'm just saying, you don't want to go too high for a guy like that old, especially in the NBA. 7-footers, their knees can go even more volatile than a Chris Sale or a lefty who's getting up in there in age in the MLB. It's just you don't want to overexert yourself with the cap books too much.
Well, we have bird rights on everyone, so it
yeah,
just
you
comes
have
down
bird
to
rights, but it comes to the luxury tax too. I mean, there's no way to have him opt out this year for the cap. They honestly need to trade Marcus Morris.
I agree 100%.
Even though you hate to say it, you need to trade him at least for some sort of other wing, just because some of the Red Sox this year, they're $1 million over the cap, and if they can get on the cap, unlike the Red Sox, that'll reset their clock, and then from there they'll have 3 more years to go with this roster before it becomes like the Warriors, and you're looking at a tax bill higher than the actual roster itself.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not big on Marcus Morris. With Smart back, and
I'm a big Morris fan, but it's a necessary evil.
He stifles the offense too much. He doesn't really provide ball movement. You have Gordon Hayward coming back, So
Exactly.
that's 30 minutes. You're not going to want to take minutes away from Brown and Tatum. Those 20 minutes and 12 shots for Morris, that's going to be
You're not
dispersed
going
to
to
Hayward.
want Hayward coming back from day one playing 30 minutes, though.
But it's 20 minutes for Morris. And then you also have Ojale, who I think is a great defender who can step up
We'll
and
see.
take a few more
Ainge has
minutes.
surprised us before with this stuff. We've segued in this whole thing. I mean, whatever's best for the team is going to happen. If they decide they want to pay the tax, so be it. I'm just saying,
Not my money.
Morris is going to be gone after this year. You might as well try to get something for him now, whether that be a pair of second-round picks, something like that. Okay, get you tax relief. Your rotation this year is pretty set. Kyrie's not going anywhere. I hate people who say
You
stuff.
really think that?
He's not going anywhere. He's literally said repeatedly he loves it in Boston. And if you look at Kyrie, he likes to be kind of facetious and
Aloof.
And yeah, just like kind of like play with people. Like you look at the whole flat Earth thing. Never said the Earth was flat. He simply said, as an example, people assume the Earth is round. They don't do the research themselves to make sure it's not flat. And that got misinterpreted as him saying it's flat. And he said repeatedly on record, I never said it's flat. I just said don't take things for like word value. Similarly, he said when he's kind of laughed it off when people asked him about the free agency because he said numerous times, it's just money. It doesn't make sense for him this year to become a free agent, considering if he waits till free agency next year, he'll get, I don't know, like 70 million more, something like that.
Yeah, it's 110 million if he signed the extension now. 190.
Exactly. 80.
So I don't blame him now. My thing is, he's a wild card. Jackie McMullen wrote a piece earlier this year how he always
I read that.
looks for new challenges. And what if he really wants to be the guy? Now, ESPN put it at 45% chance he goes to the Knicks, 43% chance he stays in Boston, and then whatever the difference is.
ESPN's those stats are
Yeah.
always.
Oh, I don't think that. I think it's 75, 80% chance he stays in Boston.
Yeah.
But I still think there's a chance that if New York finds a way to clear room, Kristaps Porzingis looks like he's coming back healthy, they can sign Jimmy Butler and Kyrie, I think he could be lured by that.
Let me ask you something. Would you trade? This is actually something I published on my Night of Fun sports blog, BNN Sports Hub, never forget. Would you trade Al Horford for Jimmy Butler?
No. You have a bunch of wings.
If it ensures they both re-sign long term.
Here's a trade that I suggested on WTP Sports for Jimmy Butler. I would rather do the Jaylen Brown route. Now, Jaylen Brown, I'm not as high as most. He's proved me wrong. I thought he was going to be a complete bust. He's good.
Above average NBA starter.
Here's the trade that I was thinking of. Now, Jaylen Brown, if Butler says he's going to leave Minnesota, he's worth more than that, and you have to make money work. I would have done Brown, Rozier, Morris for Butler, but to sweeten the deal for us, because we're giving up a lot for a guy who is a free agent risk, you get a 2019 pick swap and a 2020 unprotected first-round pick. So they're getting a young prospect to pair with
that they
Wiggins.
wouldn't do that. First of all, they're trying to get rid of Wiggins. If the Celtics were more of like a mid-tier team, sort of like in, say, Indiana, so I'd be all over trying to get Wiggins right now for cheap. Not in terms of money, but in terms of prospects or picks.
I'm talking from Minnesota perspective.
I know, from Minnesota perspective, yeah, but they would never do that because they're not going to give up the best player and then give up the future picks too.
If he's going to leave, Jaylen Brown and Terry Rozier.
They've been trying to deal him all summer. You realize that he hates it there. It's a given. They're going to shop him off the best offer. But if you're going to write a reset,
beat that offer? Who can beat that offer? Who's offering more than Jaylen Brown? With 2 years left at very cheap money. Who's offering more than that? No, the Lakers.
The Lakers could very easily give him Brandon Ingram and get LeBron and Butler on the wings, and they wouldn't have to give up picks. In fact, the Lakers would be inclined to give him picks because they want to please LeBron so much.
The Lakers have their eyes on Kawhi. The Lakers have their eyes on Kawhi and maybe Dame Lillard.
Okay, well, there's room. Consider Butler signed in for 5 years at $20 million. He has, 3 years left?
No, he has 1 year. He's going to be a free agent this year.
Oh, damn.
That's why.
I thought he had 2 years left. No, he's requested trades from Minnesota like multiple times. That's why.
No, what happened was he.
I know, because he hates
never
playing.
Requested a trade.
No, he did repeatedly because he hates playing with Towns and Wiggins because they're too carefree and young. And he doesn't
I saw that report, but he never formally requested. He did not. He declined the contract extension, which obviously makes financial sense for the same reason as Kyrie. He has 1 year left. It's a player option. He's going to decline his $19 million player option, just like Kyrie will. So it's 1 year. That's why they don't have leverage.
They don't have leverage, right? But
for the same reason that LA didn't want to give up all that stuff for Kawhi Leonard, they won't do it for Jimmy Butler, who's worse version of Kawhi.
I mean, no, because if you scope for him, and then that would make Kawhi even more inclined to come instead of staying. Kawhi, I feel like, has been using LA as leverage this whole time. He's going to re-sign. I can see him staying in Toronto for long term.
Why? Why would he use LA as leverage? A max guy get max money regardless. He's going to get his money.
Because everyone's going to be like, oh, he wants to go to Los Angeles. No, he just wants that. He's going to do that to get more leverage in terms of the organization itself. Like, okay, we'll let you call your shots.
They hired the new Spurs. The Spurs
yeah, they took away his childhood best friend. He was doing that more to call the shots, and then, like, instead of the money's equal, okay, well, let me do this. Let me pick my players like LeBron does, trying to get more of a role like that instead of the money-wise. Because LA, he has so many ties there, it's believable. And plus, they're such a team desperate, they'd be willing to do it too. He's a low-key guy. He doesn't want all the attention. You see what's happening to LeBron now getting defaced. He doesn't want too much change. He doesn't want his name getting tarnished.
Well,
Toronto's a low-key. Toronto's another small market, fits him. There's a bunch of smart basketball guys with Ujiri and everything in there. They've been building for a while. I feel like they can be a 2-seed for a while. If they can somehow swing another trade, get another star in there,
that'd be tough,
I'd be actually concerned for the Celtics. But
I agree. We're running short on time. One last thing. Are Celtics-Warriors pretty much a foregone conclusion for the finals?
100%. Until someone tears their ACL.
I'd put it at 90% chance of that. I think the Warriors are guaranteed. DeMarcus Cousins or not, that only makes them worse in my opinion.
I feel like the Warriors, honestly, at this point, have just been so long. Like, dynasties, no matter what, something happens. You saw the Celtics way back when. There was 1 year they all were hurt. They didn't make the title game back then during Bill Russell years. Like, dynasties, there's always some fluke season. It's been so long. And in about 2 years, that's all going to, go over with. So, I mean, at some point, there has to be some fluke that's going to start the seeds of doubt. I feel like it's going to be this year. I mean, I'm still saying they're likely. I'm just saying if there's a year something was going to happen, it was this year. And statistically speaking, something is going to happen at some point in the dynasty.
I think the Warriors transcend statistical averages. It all depends on Kevin Durant. And I've said this and I've said this, I'll say it again. Kevin Durant ruined the NBA.
No.
He's the second best player in the NBA. He goes to a team that's one of the greatest teams of all time already, that had just won a championship 2 years ago.
I don't know why everyone hates on them. Because
it's Kevin Durant.
It's all homegrown stars plus Kevin Durant.
Okay, that's the problem. When you have a
it's not like Miami where you're trying to get other guys.
Oh, it's so with Kevin Durant, that was way worse than what LeBron did.
No, if you can get the guys, why wouldn't you?
I don't blame the Warriors. I don't blame the Warriors. Like right now, the Celtics are stacked. If they can get Anthony Davis, I won't blame them. But I blame Kevin Durant. I don't blame the organization. But because he was good enough to win.
If the Celtics had a cap space and Anthony Davis is free agent and want to come here, would you let him?
Yes.
Okay, then. So you're simply just saying you hate him because you ain't him.
No,
okay.
No. I'm not saying I
how is that any different?
No, I'm saying I blame Kevin Durant. That's who I blame. I would blame
Would you
Anthony
blame
Davis.
Anthony Davis?
Yeah, and
would you not be happy about it?
I'd be happy about it as a greedy Celtics fan, but I look at it as overall for the league. It's not great for the league.
How so? I feel like this has only made the competition even better.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, because teams are fighting to try to overtake them. But they're not all going about their own ways, methodical rebuilds. No, it's one take. We need to get the Warriors blueprint. We need to take down the Warriors, etc.
But
they're all building towards that.
Think about how good the league would be if Kevin Durant was somewhere else. Or if Kevin Durant just didn't exist.
I mean, a super team came up right after him. All over the league, more and more in OKC. They try to make
one.
That's not a super team. They try to make one right after him.
They tried to, but it didn't work.
Okay, but the thing is, they're trying. Everyone is trying more and more now.
But they're trying
compared
to
to before. What would they have done? They would have tried to rebuild and.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Would you rather a bunch of super teams or would you rather a bunch of tanking?
Oh, I love super teams. I adore, but I don't like one super duper team that is unbeatable.
That it's going to break up this year because Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson's staying. It's all hinges on Kevin Durant.
Draymond
Draymond could leave, but they'll still be great. It all hinges on KD. KD, my problem with him is he doesn't understand his greatness. That's why he's so insecure, because he knows his move was weak, A, and B, everyone knows how great he is.
Have you gone to any fights with KD on Twitter before? Because I know he likes to troll his people, come at him about the whole burner account.
But it just shows his insecurity, because he's a great player. He's an all-time talent.
I want you to tweet at him afterwards.
I tweet at him all the time, but he doesn't understand his own greatness. He is the second best player in the league, and you put him on almost any team, and he could win. But he took the easy way out. That's why I don't give him
the easy way out. If you were in his shoes, what would you do? Would you go to the team that instantly guaranteed a championship?
25 guys. Attaboy, Big Mac.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up. That's the longest final take. long story short, I don't blame the guy. If I was in his shoes, I would 100% do the same thing. If they're offering you the same money anywhere else,
he's taking less money, and I hate
slightly
that
less
too.
at that point. It's
but
just,
I hate that too.
That's
Because
just FU money at that point. It's like a couple million.
But it's FU money, but it's saying FU to every single NBA fan because it's not like he's taking less money to keep the team together under the salary cap. It's just saving Joe Lacob more money. You're saving billionaires more money. That's what I can't stand. Man up, join your own team. Win one more, you three-peat, wonderful. You're on a team that's already great. Go to the Knicks, go somewhere else. Go back to OKC, go to the Clippers. Join forces with Kawhi for all I care. But don't just win 8 championships in a row with this team.
Now that'd be an interesting team, Kawhi and KD on the Raptors.
Yeah,
that'd be
they don't have room on the Raptors.
I'm just saying hypothetically.
Well, I mean that would
hypothetically that'd be a really interesting
No, I'm saying
team.
Team up with the Clippers. That would make more sense.
I'm just saying I'm just saying on the Raptors that'd be interesting. I'm not saying I want it to happen. How about once you fully recuperate, you hit the gyms twice as hard. Hopefully, be a first-round draft pick 2022. See how it goes. Hopefully, make the league. Maybe you can be a superstar eventually. Take over Kevin Durant.
At best, I'm a a short JJ Redick clone.
Okay then. And on that note, tune in next week again at what is it?
Sox Talk 50 in the Sports Talk 50 segment.
Signing off.
Thank you.
I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Let us tell you how the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation can help raise cash for your nonprofit cause. Experience the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation live in your city, throughout New England, the tri-state area, down through the Carolinas, out to our friends in the Midwest and beyond.
If your nonprofit organization is looking for an interactive turnkey experience while putting the fun into fundraising, you've met the perfect tag team partner to work with every step of the way.
The MWF offers a variety of packages for groups of almost any size, from our live events at the Boston Garden, the Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex, and the legendary Suffolk Downs, to high school gyms and function halls. We've presented live events everywhere and anywhere.
Since 2001, the MWF's mission has been simple: keep the kids off the streets. Under the leadership of President David Reese, we bring the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow to your town. Not for a wrestling show, but an event that features action-packed in-ring wrestling, autograph, pose photo opportunities, Q&A sessions, and so much more. It's the best of sports and entertainment. The week of your event, we can add on to the endeavor with anti-bullying campaigns, library meet and greet reads, youth sport concussion seminars, and more.
Our live events are fit for fans of any age from 5 to 95. This fall, as part of our new Kids Club program, we offer live event experiences exclusively for the youngest of fans. On the flip side, we can produce a tailor-made event for fans of an older demographic as well. We work with you every step of the way to get the word out to fans near and far on our local television offerings and to over 50,000 fans and growing on our social media platforms.
Your success is our success. If your group has had enough of candy bar and wrapping paper sales and has the energy to team with our passionate fan base, bringing the NWF experience to your community is the answer to put smiles on faces while raising cash for your cause.
Contact us today to get the ball rolling for your custom-made event that you'll want to bring back year after year to your community.
Don't just take it from us. Here are the folks we've teamed up with in the past.